Tiny Games here. Welcome back to my channel. I'm here today with a walkthrough of my Frozen Heights. I've been working on this build for the past couple of days, just trying to get it kind of right. I've kind of like built it up and torn it down like so many times because I wasn't happy with the placements of items and things like that. Specifically, the racetrack, which we will get to at some point. But yeah, I thought I'd just take you on a little walk around tour just so you can see how I've decorated and set up this part of my valley. So we're gonna start here. Thank you, Nala. But yeah, you can see we're at the entrance, the big ice stairs near the Forest of Valor, that entrance part. And when you come up, this is the first section, which this is actually my ice rink that I've created. So I've done little like icicle sparkles on it. I'm hoping that that's picking up on the camera there. And then also this patterning, I think it's under flourishes, which I've used to kind of pretend they're like ice skating tracks or markings, you know, from the skates when they scratch into the ice. That's the idea behind that anyway. But yeah, this was kind of inspired by on my Cat Island for Animal Crossing. I have an ice rink set up there, so I wanted a very similar kind of setup as well. And then we go to the left here, and this is our little hot chocolate stand, which I've made with a bit of coffee there on the side. I have got these lights, which are like the Christmassy lights. Now, I'm not 100% sold on them because like it's not Christmas, we're in the middle of July. But I feel like, you know, at least for me, because of where I am in the world, kind of like snow and Christmas go hand in hand. So I have kind of added those in a couple of places, but they might get removed at some point. Then to the left here, we've got the little snow family and the igloo. So I just imagine this is kind of like a space where kids would play. And we've got the little ice castle item here as well. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to come back around and go this way first of all. So this is the frozen castle where Anna and Kristoff live. So I've got the frozen waterfalls to either side, which are really stunning. And then we've got this massive frozen ice sculpture here as well. And then if we come around here, I do wish I kind of had a bit more room just so I could make this a bit bigger. But it's a bit difficult with the pond here and stuff like that. And I wanted it to kind of look a bit symmetrical as well. So it's a bit of a tight walk round, but we'll get there. And there's Anna and Elsa's house. And then we can come back round and go down this little pathway. And this leads us to the well, which is nicely surrounded by these trees. These trees are like my favourite trees in the game. I think they're so beautiful. And then we can go to the right here. And then here where Elsa is, I imagine this is like her throne seating space where she can sit with Anna and, you know, talk to the people, however you want to see it. And then just down here, we've got kind of like a spa area. So we've got the wooden bench, this little hot spa area that you can walk in and stuff like that. And then we come out from there, and then I do want to hide this away a bit more. I didn't know whether to put a couple of bushes here or kind of section off the pathway, but I wanted this to be kind of like a mystical area. And this is where this is meant to be Anna, I believe, an Anna statue. But it kind of looks very mystical, like a frozen maiden or whatever. So I think it was Cupcake is Gaming decided to line a bunch of paths with the crystals. So that's where I got the idea for decorating with the crystals from anyway. And then we've got a few of the candles as well. I love the candles. I think the candles are like one of my favorite lighting items in the game. Along with this actually, which we got with Fairy Godmother. But yeah, I just think it looks kind of like a bit mystical, a bit magical. And then you could imagine like all these frozen icicles as part of the magic that created this. And then we do have a little ways across here. None of this is decorated. I don't know whether I should fill this in with trees or not. But this is a bit sparse. But yeah, you can come down here, and then if we head back around and cross over the bridge. Now this is the candy area. So I've used Goofy stall here to kind of set it up like it's a balloon stall. So this whole section back here is my racetrack. So I really want to set it, or wanted to set it up like it was a racetrack. So we've got the little balloons, just thinking like people might get little memorabilia things for the race. We have some chairs sat here, and this is meant to be like a podium for like the winner is how I see it, kind of thing. So you can imagine Vanellope standing here and claiming her trophy, which I've just realized is spun the wrong way around, but oh well. I really like, I went to use that back DJ stand because I do really like it, and then I realized that I like this one more, but I like the multicolored lights, so I combined the two. So you could just imagine like the person, the announcer working there, giving all the news and updates of the race. This is where people could sit and watch some of it. Obviously they're not going to see the entire race, but they'll see some of it. And then I haven't decorated in the sweet house yet, but my plan is, much like what a lot of other people have done, is to do kind of like an ice cream parlor, candy parlor kind of build in there. I just need to decide what to do with the other rooms, because I really like to make the most of a build. And I only have plans for one room, possibly two if I do another arcade, but I feel like I'm doing a lot of arcades. I mean, I love the arcades, but I feel like I'm setting up a lot of them. So I might do it, I might not, we'll see. But yeah, I've just got to decide what to do with the other rooms for the candy house there. And then I've kind of set up the candy pathing like this as well. So this is where you'd go to start the race. I wanted to kind of use this as like a start button, like as in like a go symbol, and then like some of the other lollies are like to indicate which way the turns and twists are. But yeah, let me take you for a walk around there. Sorry about all the wood that's here. I tried to pick up some of the stuff, and then I've used some of the different coloured lighting. Like I've got the pink lights, I have got the orange lights, but they're looking very yellow, to be honest. But yeah, I've made use of a lot of the lollipops and the candy trees. So we've got this one, which is to indicate that you need to turn left. And then you'll see down here, sorry about the difficult views, it's very crowded in here. I've used the Lightning McQueen car. We'll cut through here. And then this was what we got in the last star path, the kind of like elemental motorbike thing. And then you come round here and we have Stitch's ship. And then we've also got a little exit wave here. So it does look like it's sectioned off so that you can't access it as like a barrier. But it is walkable, which is important to me. And then coming around here, you can see we've got another orange light. We've got the Elastigirl motorcycle. And then my plan is, oh, we've also got the blue light here, which looks very pretty under this tree, actually. My plan is to have Vanellope's car around here when I'm done. But I haven't finished all her quest lines yet. I've been waiting to go back to streaming to do that, but I've not streamed for a little while. Life's been a bit chaotic recently, so yeah, so that's my racetrack. So you can go around the entirety of it. You can sort of see how it. I really wanted to get quite a few turns and twists in it. I did want to do a kind of a loop over section. But I realized that it was just, it didn't look right, basically. But yeah, so you can go around the entirety of the track here, and here's Vanellope's house. So I'm just imagining that as like a focal feature as well, for the track. But yeah, that's basically my entire Frozen Heights here, Frosted Heights, whatever it's called. But yeah, I like it. It's taken a lot of work. There's a few little tweaks that I might do. Like I said, I want to expand on this a bit more, but it's getting the placement right, because originally it was a bit further back, but when you get to this point of the pond, you can't actually put down any more pathing. So yeah, that's a bit of a shame, but we'll see if we can work on that at some point, just make it a bit more better kind of thing. And like I said, I do want to make this area a bit more secretive, because you can sort of spot it from over here, and like the whole point was that I wanted it to be like mysterious and like you couldn't see it and everything. So yeah, that's something that'll need work on. But overall, I'm very, very happy with it. It's nice to finally have it decorated, because for so long it just wasn't decorated, because I had no idea what to do with it at all. I had ideas, like I had this ice rink set up for a little while since we could do the Touch of Magic tools with the rugs. So I did have that I kind of had set up, that I wanted this as kind of like an ice rink and like this cozy hot chocolate kind of setup. I knew I wanted that, but I really didn't know what to do with the other spots. So I'm glad that it's finally decorated. But that does mean that I only have 2 more biomes to go, which is the Glade of Trust and the Sunlit Plateau. So I've almost fully decorated my entire valley, which is great in some ways. I'm glad that it's come into a sense of like cohesion and stuff like that. But with the new Dream Snaps challenges, it does mean that sometimes I have to dismantle or like move stuff around to get the right photos. So like I had to change my Dazzle Beach for the beach snaps photos. So yeah, like there's obviously a bit of work that's that goes into those snaps. I did actually want to use a bit of my Dazzle Beach that I already had made up in the photos, but because you can't take a photo sat down, I didn't use it, so I did have to dismantle it. So I'll feel a bit sad if I have to dismantle any of this, because this did take some work. This took some work. But I'm excited to get the last 2 biomes done. I'll either do speed builds for them, or I will just do a walkthrough like this one. It basically just depends on the scope of how much work I have to do. If it's something that I'd be recording for hours and hours and needing to do over the course of a couple of days, then I tend to just do the walkthrough rather than doing the full speed build. So yeah, but I'm happy with this. I hope you enjoyed this little tour. I hope it inspires you somewhat with your Frosted Heights, if you're stuck on what to do build wise for that. Actually, one thing I did want to showcase was actually my count for my decoration. So obviously bearing in mind that I have 2 more biomes left to decorate. We have already gone over the original cap for the unique items, which is something I struggled with before I destroyed everything, before I took everything out in terms of decorations and stuff like that. Like I completely disassembled my entire valley. I got rid of all the plants, everything like that. So this, I always knew was going to be the biggest struggle, this 600 number here. So I'm kind of glad that I'm on PC and can have the extended limits. We've not yet reached the 3,000 cap for total items. But we did go over that 600, which could be a problem if you don't have the extended limit. So we'll see where we are after the next 2 biomes are done. But I think we made great progress, and I hope you enjoyed the tour. And I'll see you all in the next video. Bye for now.